Good morning, class ninth. So, in our last session, in our last class, we have discussed about the introduction of cell. I gave you what is a cell and what are the basic structures which are present in a cell. I gave you a simplest structure of cell. What are the different things present in a cell? Basically, the cell membrane and nucleus and cytoplasm and other cell organelles. I told you, means I gave you an overview of the cell structure. Now let us discuss in detail the other cellular structures, and for that I have taken the simplest structure, that is a prokaryotic cell, and it is a bacterial cell. These are prokaryotic. Pro means primitive, okay, primitive, and carrion 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 means nucleus. So why these cells are called prokaryotic cells? Because these cells are lack the nuclear contents. All the nuclear contents are not present in these cells. Basically, these cells lack the nuclear membrane. Nuclear that means genetic material is present, but it is found scattered in the cytoplasm. It is not bounded by any membrane. Okay, so this is the simplest structure of cell, and we are discussing about the bacterial cell now. So this cell, if you see, it has many other components also. I'll tell you function of each thing, and I'll give show you the structure of everything, each and every part. Let us discuss with the first and outermost layer, this red one which you are seeing, the thickest layer. This, you can see this much of thick it is. This layer, this red layer, this thickest layer is known as capsule. Capsule is basically present in the bacteria. It is protective in nature. It protect the bacteria from the WBCs of living beings, because some of the bacteria are pathogenic in nature. They cause diseases. That is why when these enter inside our body, our WBCs go try to engulf them, try to dissolve their body. So this is the outermost layer, that is capsule, which protect it from the WBCs or from engulfing by WBCs. So it is the outermost protective layer. Then you can find out that there is another layer, that is this yellowish layer. This is known as cell wall. Basically, cell wall is present in the plant cells also, and function of cell wall is to protect. Again, it protects the cell and it provides it a shape. Okay, and one more function is that it gives it a rigidity. Rigidity means strength or hardness. Okay, it makes the it gives a shape, it gives it strength, it makes it hard. So this is the function of cell wall. That is the second layer present in the bacterial cell. Then the third layer which is present, it is common in all the cells, that is plasma membrane. So it is the outermost boundary which is present in the which is present around the cytoplasm. Okay, so this is the common structure, cell membrane. Its function is again to separate the cellular components. Okay, so now let us see the innermost parts, that is whatever is present inside the plasma membrane is, first of all, you see this one, cytoplasm, this green structure which you are seeing here, everything which is filled inside it, this fluid is called cytoplasm. And basically the function of cytoplasm is to store, means it is the storehouse house of different cell organelles and nucleus, as well as it has water, it has minerals, it has enzymes, it has different chemicals which are used when there will be any need of any substance. Then cytoplasm has all the components, all the things required for the function of the cell. Okay, So this is cytoplasm. It is the mixture of all the things which are required for the functioning of different types of activities which are going to be happen inside the cell. Okay, now you see inside the cytoplasm there are these some blue ball like structures are here. These ball like structures or the bead like structures are called ribosome, and ribosome is basically a smallest cell organelle. Okay, it is the smallest cell organelle present in any of the cells, and this structure is present in all the cells. It is present in plant cell, it is present in animal cell, it is present in each and every cell. Okay, so ribosome function, I think I told you its function is to synthesize the protein. Okay, proteins are produced by the ribosome. Okay, now you see after ribosome what is to be discussed, that there is one more structure which you see here. It is called nucleoid. Okay, this I told you on my first in my first class, I think, that this structure nucleoid is the unarranged nucleus, or the DNA or the genetic material is found scattered somewhere in the cytoplasm. It is not bounded by any membrane. Such kind of nucleus is basically called nucleoid. Okay, so this is the structure which is present in the bacterial cell. And then you will find that there is one more structure which you see, it is originated from this part. That is, it is being formed by the cell membrane. The plasma membrane is folded into some foldings are present inside the cytoplasm. This structure is known as mesosome. Okay, this mesosome is basically present for it helps in the cell division. When the means when the bacterial cell is going to divide, it will be divided by the mesosome. Okay, it also provides some enzymes for different activities. Okay, so this is basically the function of mesosome. One structure I think I forgot to tell you, that is a bacterial flagella. Okay, the function of flagella is basically to help in the movement. Okay, it helps in the movement. Okay, it will means when the bacteria is like, it is our skin, and it is this inside the skin, if it is entering, then it will swim in our RBCs, or it will swim in our blood by the bacterial flagellum or the flagella. Okay, so this structure is basically present for the locomotion purpose or for the movement purposes. Okay, so this is the simplest cell which is known as prokaryotic cell. Let us see some more if there is any other structure which was not there. You can find we can simply revise it by this simple diagram. Capsule, the outermost layer which protects it from the WBCs. Cell wall is the structure which it gives it a shape. Cell membrane is the outermost covering of the cytoplasm. Mesosome, basically these are the enfoldings which help in cell division. Cytoplasm, it is the fluid which is storehouse of different kinds of the substances. And nucleoid is basically the unarranged genetic material. Flagellum, this is basically a thread like structure which helps in the movement. Ribosome, this help in the protein synthesis. Now two more structures you will find here. One is plasmid and second one is pili. Let me tell you the function of these two. Plasmid is basically the circular DNA. Okay, means whatever the DNA is present here in the nucleoid, sometimes some of the segments break down and they get arranged in the cytoplasm. These circular DNA is known as plasmid, and it is basically it has two functions. It is storing the genetic material. Okay, it is the storehouse of genetic material, as well as it causes diseases also, because by this plasmid they form so many copies of DNA. Okay, so like this they start multiplying inside our body, and they produce symptoms of various diseases. Okay, plasmid is also nowadays it is also used in the genetic engineering. Okay, for producing different kinds of the medicines. Now you see one more structure is there, it is known as pili. These hair like structures which you see here, it is present. These pili is basically helpful in the attachment of the bacteria to a cell. If it is going to attach on any cell, so this is the structure which is helpful in attaching the bacteria on any of the cell. Okay, so like this I think today my lecture is over. I told you about different structures which are present in a bacterial cell. Now today I am giving you one homework related to this topic only, and tomorrow I'll discuss in detail some. I'll give you example of one more prokaryotic cell, and I'll discuss with you some more parts of that cell, um, and your homework is to draw the diagram and label. I'll give you in the group, and if you have any confusion please ask me. Thank you, class.